Today is June 23rd, 2009. This is Lori Preston, and we are Ashley Hampton, class of 2010, is here as well, and we are interviewing for the Living Legacies Oral History Project Richard Buchanan Faris, class of 1957. Can you tell us a little bit about sort of the first time you recall hearing about Randolph-Macon?
I guess I'd never heard about Randolph-Macon until I decided to go into the ministry, which was my senior year in high school. And then I went to see my pastor whose name was Harry Craver, about the call to the ministry and what all is involved and so forth. He was an alumnus of Randolph-Macon and pushed it pretty hard and thought that was an ideal place for a pre-ministerial student to go. And so I had no other. Prior to that, I was planning to be an architect and go to Virginia Tech, but my plans changed with that call, and so that's the reason I ended up at Randolph-Macon.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the first time you saw campus? What were your impressions? Did you go there before you decided to attend the school?
I don't remember going before I decided to attend it, and I didn't know anybody that was there or going there. I did go early because I played football, and so I went for the football training camp in middle of August, I guess it was. And that allowed me to get a little accommodated to the campus, to meet some people, and to get acquainted with some of the faculty. So I thought that was a big step up. By the time my classmates came, the fish of 1957, I sort of knew my way around, and that was a big help.
Can you tell us about some of the people you met when you first got to campus?
Most of them were football players, of course, and coaches, and some of the staff at the dining hall, which was really neat because we got to know the people that would serve us in the dining hall, and they were, I can't remember, maybe the names will come to me. And then I guess went to church, and at that time, George Orser was the minister of the church and chaplain of the college, and we were meeting in the old chapel upstairs, and so that was I got acquainted with some of the people in the community through the church, but nobody jumps out as being who I should know right away or anything else. But and through the year, first year, I became close to some of the people in my class, and it remained so throughout my career there.
Can you tell us about some of the faculty members who had an influence on you, some of the classes that you took?
I majored in English, and I have always appreciated that major in terms of the ministry. I found it was a very good major to be a clergy person because of sermon preparation and research and so forth. I majored under Richard Hasker, who was at that time a very tough professor, and so I wanted to get the toughest one I could to get a good major. And Dr. Wood came there my last year, and Dr. McElwain was there as an English professor, and Dr. Webb. Stanford Webb, who is one of the great characters of Randolph-Macon history. I'm sure you've heard that before. But he had a great Shakespeare class and others that we took from him. So they were the ones that, in my major field, that really stood out. And Dr. Panel I had for Bible, as well as George Terry, who was a Bible professor. And I think I had first semester with Terry and second semester with Panel. And Schuyler Miller was in, I had him for astronomy, I think it was. I had him in geology. And I had Simpson for astronomy, T. McNider Simpson. And both those classes were really good.